Hi everyone, and welcome to Think Like a Scientist. My name is Aiden, and I'm a scientist at the University of Colorado in Denver. Today, I'm going to show you how to do a very easy at-home experiment where we can turn a household egg into a bouncy ball. Have you ever cracked an egg to make some breakfast, or dropped it on the floor and it made a complete mess? Well, you must know that the inside of an egg is really watery and messy, and when it does crack, it gets everywhere, and it's absolutely not like a bouncy ball. And then you also know that the shell is really hard. So you might be asking yourself, how am I going to turn this mushy egg with this hard shell into a bouncy ball? Well, it's pretty simple. We're going to need 3 cups and lids for our cups. If you don't have lids, you can just use some plastic wrap. And then we're going to need 3 eggs. And then the last thing we're going to need is some white vinegar. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put 1 egg in each cup. Just like so. Okay. Then we're just going to take our household vinegar, and all you're going to do is you're going to submerge each egg in the vinegar. No need to fill the glass up to the very top. I would say just fill it about maybe 1 or 2 centimeters above where the egg is. Make sure you don't spill. Vinegar can be kind of stinky. So now we're just going to go ahead and put our lids on, like so. What we're going to do with these 3 cups is we're going to let them sit for different amounts of time. So the first cup, I'm going to let sit for 1 day, so 24 hours. Second cup, I'm going to let sit for 48 hours, so 2 days. And the third cup, I'm going to let sit for 3 days, for 72 hours. Okay everyone, welcome back. And now 24 hours has passed since we put our egg inside the cup with only vinegar. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove the cap. And you'll notice right at the start, there's quite a bit of foaming happening. So now with a spoon, I'm going to very gently remove the egg. Very gently. And I'm going to place it on a plate. So I went ahead and grabbed a paper towel. And what I'm going to do with this paper towel is I'm going to gently wipe off the residue of the remaining eggshell from the egg. So the egg has completely lost its eggshell, and all we're left with is this kind of translucent, kind of see-through egg with the insides that are a little bit visible. And you'll notice that the egg is kind of hardened. You wouldn't expect the inside of an egg to hold itself like this and kind of withstand gentle pushing, but because of the vinegar, it's ended up hardening the inside of the egg. Now, this is the most exciting part. We're gonna go ahead and see if the egg really bounces. Let's just go ahead and switch from a plate to a bowl just in case the egg does burst, because this is possible considering the insides are still kind of liquidy. They're not fully solidified. And we're just gonna kind of drop it here, and look at that. The egg bounces around in the bowl without breaking. Isn't that cool? Now, what are you going to do with the eggs when you're done with the experiment? Well, eggs can be very stinky, so I would recommend disposing them in the outside garbage can or in the garbage chute. I wouldn't throw them in your kitchen trash can just because they do still have the potential to get stinky, and you don't want to stink up the house and upset your parents. Now, in order to do a true scientific experiment, we never do anything just one time. So if you want to really be sure of your results, go ahead and follow this video or instruction sheet one more time and repeat the experiment exactly the same way. If you get the same results 2 times, then you're pretty sure that what you're hypothesizing is correct. Now, if you're going to repeat this experiment and make some changes and make it a little more fun, I have a few that I could suggest to you. So the first thing that I would suggest, as I mentioned at the beginning, is you can use a different type of vinegar. Here I have white vinegar. You can use red wine vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar. You can use different potencies of vinegar. Next, what you can do is leave the eggs in the vinegar for a longer period of time. The longest we left 1 egg in the vinegar in this experiment was 3 days, but what would happen if you left it for 4 or 5? Lastly, I think maybe changing the type of egg might be interesting. So although it might be difficult to get duck eggs or another breed or species of bird egg, you can try using an organic egg instead of an unorganic egg. Or you can try doing the opposite. So if you used an unorganic egg, go ahead and buy an organic brown egg and see if it changes your results. You can even try using a different size of egg. There's commonly the extra large eggs, and then there's also the normal sized eggs. So maybe try the different size of eggs and see if the results change and how long it takes for the shell to dissolve. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Think Like a Scientist. We're glad that we can have you, and we look forward to seeing you back with even more experiments in the future. Goodbye.